All right, everybody, I did a little rock cut today, so I'm going to show y'all some of the rocks I cut. I cut these on my 10-inch slab saw. I'm going to get a thicker blade for that thing because I don't like the blade that's in there. I think I've said this in other videos. But anyway, so this is what I cut. I just cut this a little while ago. So I spare y'all having to sit there and watch me feed rocks through a saw because that's pretty darn boring, and it took me well over an hour to cut all of these. So anyway, let's get right to it. So this first one, this is a way cool moss agate. Look at this thing, huh? Oh man, is that awesome or what? I love this stuff. I mean, look at that thing. It's crazy looking, huh? And then here's the back. So this is when I found it. This is a piece, this is the side I saw sticking out. I saw this part of it. And then here's the other half. Just as nice. Check it out. And that's just incredible. I'm like that green. You got the green, you got the yellow, you got the red, or really orange. And they're really not red in here. It's mostly orange. But look at that. And then here's what this one looks like. So it almost looks like petrified wood, right? But those are the moss lines. So again, if you'd see just this side, you probably would just pass this rock up, not knowing that that's in the inside. So that is super cool. I'm really excited about this one, and I just hit the camera, so sorry it's shaking. I got this springy thing it's on because my little tripod doesn't work too well. So anyway, there you go. What do you think about that one, huh? That was pretty awesome. So here's the next one I cut. I cut this one, so this has got more of the green and the kind of yellowish orangey color, and then it's got the little agate pockets in there. That's pretty darn cool. I mean, that's, I love this stuff. So now y'all know why I hunt out there all the time and Live sighting. These are all from Live. I don't think I have any from non-Live today. So anyway, so this could have been sitting on the ground like this. You'd be like, what the heck? You just walk right past. I mean, I would have walked right past that too. So I obviously saw a little piece of something that made me pick it up. But anyway, that's cool. And the piece I cut off of that one, when I was cutting I was trying to face it for a specimen. It broke. I don't know if it had a fracture and if it was a saw, because the saw blade was pulling pretty hard left and right. Like I said, that blade's not true in that saw. It was like that out of the package, I promise you, because I spun it and you could see it wiggle a little bit. So anyway, here's a couple of pieces. Look at the little agate down there with the bands. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's awesome. So, all right, here's the next piece I cut. So check this one out. Got a big hole here. Well, it's because I was facing this one too for a sample. So again, you can see this is the side, the rough side when I picked it up. So I was trying to face it for a sample. So you can see it's got, again, it's got green, yellow. This one does have red and orange in there and agate mixed in as well. Just super cool stuff. And here's the other half, the bigger piece. Again, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty piece there. And here's the side. You can see I kind of like, I try to smooth out as much of it as I can. You can see this has some volcanic ash still in here. It had ash all over it. So I try to take a lot of that off because I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna, this one looks hard enough that I'll throw it in the tumbler probably. I don't think I'll polish it on a flat lap, but I might, I don't know. Haven't decided yet. All right, here's this next piece. This piece is kind of interesting. So let me wet it down again. It's starting to dry out. So this piece was one, it looked like this when I found it. So this was in one of my videos. I don't remember which one it is, but I found other pieces like this. And I'll show these, right? And I'll talk about them. And you really don't know what's in them, right? You look at them, and of course you got all these petroidals here, which are really cool. There's another cave here, little bot cave. So it's definitely very, has a lot of gas pockets in it. So you never know what you're gonna get when you cut these things open. So here's this half, and you can see it's all the brachiated jasper. It's got some agate in there. It does have caves and pitting. So, you know, like this stuff up here, this is gonna be hard to polish. I'm gonna probably try to polish this on the flat lap. If you put this in a tumbler, that'll all flake off first, and you'll end up with bigger holes. So, but it's still a pretty pattern. I mean, look at that thing. Look at the little agates in there. That's so cool. I love this stuff. And then here's a close-up of the other half. Similar pattern. Only has a couple smaller bugs. Only really has this piece. This piece right here is the one that, and the little piece right here. This is solid right here, so this stuff here will be okay. In the tumbler, but I'll probably polish this on the flat lap. I probably won't throw that in the tumbler, just because I'm worried about it'll undercut and it'll fall apart. So, all right, let's look at this next one here. Give it a little squirty. All right, so here's this next piece. Check it out. It just doesn't look real. I mean, like this pattern up here. Look at that. It just looks fake, doesn't it? Like somebody painted that. It's so cool. And he's got this agate pockets in here. And here's the backside. So again, I tried to clean up this backside. I had a lot of ash on this side. I tried to clean up the best I could, and I cleaned up some of the sides. This one will throw the tumbler. It's plenty thick. It's not going to crack. The only spot I'm worried about is probably right here. That little cave. But anyway, that's a pretty amazing piece. I love this stuff. All right, so here's the other half of that one. So this one actually has bigger pockets, and I wet them, so it's going to be hard to see the drusies in there. But those are druzy caves. I mean, that one goes pretty deep. That one goes pretty deep too. So I'm definitely going to have to polish this one on a flat lap. That one won't be able to go in a tumbler. Those big old holes will hold too much grit, you know, and it's too hard to clean them out. But anyway, I mean, this pattern here, right here, is pretty killer. Look at that stuff. It's just amazing. Mother Nature is amazing, isn't she? All right, let's do this one next. So this is an interesting one. When I cut it, I was like, dang it, I cut it the wrong way. But it was kind of skinny, so there really wasn't. If you cut it long ways like this, you wouldn't get much, right? So here's the back. You can see it's got a little bot cave there. It's almost pink, right? And you can see some moss. So I knew there was something pretty cool in there, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Again, you've got some caves here and stuff. You got one here. You got a little agate. You got the jasper, the different colors. I mean, just the patterns are unbelievable. I love this stuff, man. It's just like amazing. I wish everybody could find cool stuff like this out there. I know I live, and you see the saw blade, put some stuff on it. I lived in Louisiana, Missouri, Texas, Arizona, and California. So I grew up in Louisiana, not much rocks there, not in the bayou. So we had oyster shells, that was our rocks. Anyway, check it out. Leave this side so you can see. I think this is the side I saw when I picked it up, because I remember seeing this thinking, oh man, that's a flame pattern, you know, in there. And it might be close to there. You might have more of a flame close to right here. I don't know. But anyway, that's still pretty cool. It's just surreal looking. All right, this next piece, this is another Montana agate. No, I'm just kidding. It's a moss agate. All right, check it out. Almost Halloween-y, huh? Looking. I guess that other one could have been too, that brachiated. It's got a druzy pocket there. It's got a little agate right there. Hey, look at that pattern, huh? To me, that's just so amazing. So here's the other side. Again, I cleaned up a lot of this. When I saw it, there was a lot of ash on here. You can see the saw marks where I cleaned it all up to try to get it to make it easy to tumble, because this one's going in the tumbler for sure, even though it's got these caves here. That one little cave there. But anyway, those colors are just killer. And then here's the other piece. So obviously this one's going to be a sample. Sample. This one's going to be a specimen. It's going to go just like this. I'll probably polish it over a flat lap. I'm worried about this right here, this crack right here. That doesn't look good. So I might lose this much of the stone when I'm polishing. So I am worried about that part cracking. But that's how it goes sometimes. Still plenty left on the stone. It's amazing how bright this is and then how dark it gets over here. And then look at on the side, it's almost like a pinkish. Here's the top again. I tried to clean most of this up so it'll sit straight as a sample. But anyway, I might stick some super glue in there, try to hold it together when I'm polishing it so it doesn't break off. Okay, so this is our green and yellow jasper, and it has some other colors on one of the sides too. So again, I cut this one, and I cut it because there was a big hole here, and there was a big void sticking out here. So when it was together, I was trying to figure out how to not sacrifice as much of the green off the rock as I could, because I was trying to keep a lot of the green with the yellow. But it's still pretty cool, the green and yellow and red, and almost a little orangey. So here's the top. So again, I'll smooth this out probably on the flat lap, but it's kind of crazy pattern, so a crazy shape. So I don't want to sacrifice tons of this green because I want to keep the green and the yellow together, so I can have a Green Bay Packer rock. Anyway, check this side out. So you got more jasper patterns there. You got some more red in there as well. That's a cool side. If it didn't have these big old holes here, that would be awesome. It's still awesome, but it would be way awesome, right? So yeah, I might take the Dremel in there. Sometimes I'll take the Dremel and smooth those little caves out and see what I could do. So here's one of the pieces I cut off, and you can see where I cut it off, right? Because it's got big holes here, and it had this big old hole here. So, but this side, look at that. That's pretty cool. Let's get that one little piece right there. Anyway, that's pretty cool, green and yellow. And here's another little piece off the same rock. Oops. Again, these make good tumblers. Throw them in there with the big ones to help move the grid around. All right, and here's the last one. So this one was interesting. This one really was puzzling me. I didn't know how to cut it, because I'll show you this one first. So this piece right here was sticking off. Wow, it doesn't look like the colors want to show up too good on the camera. It's got this yellow, golden, and this red moss here. There you go. Now we got a good picture. And then you can see the side. Check it out. All the little polka dots. And then you can see this on this side. So I was like, dang, which way do I cut this thing, you know? Because this was sticking out of this one. Let's see, I don't remember exactly where it was. But it was sticking out, right? So the yellow was sticking out more. It was up one of these. I don't remember exactly where it was. You guys don't want to see me play puzzle, do you? But anyway, so I cut this little piece off. I'm going to throw this in a tumbler. And this will probably flake off in a tumbler, this fracture here. I think the rest of it looks pretty solid. It'll probably be okay. So I'm going to tumble that one. And then here's another piece I cut off. Again, look at the sides. There, look, check this one out. You see it's got the stripes. And then on this side, you'll have moss. So this one's going to be fun. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm going to tumble this as well. You can see I was trying to move a lot of the ash and stuff that was on the top. I got most of it off. So that was pretty cool. And then here's the big piece that's left. Again, see this yellow color here? That was like that over this whole rock, and you could see where I was working it, and it's rough feeling, right? Where I was trying to pull all of that off, but I didn't want to pull all the orange off, you know, the orange and the red. I want all of that together. And I was debating whether or not to slice this piece off the end right here. And that's probably the hardest thing with cutting rocks when you got these weird shaped rocks with good patterns and stuff in them, is like, where do you cut them at, you know, and where do you draw the line, right? So you can see here, I did the same thing. I removed a lot of material from here to try to expose more of the pattern. Same here. Because that yellow, when it's flat, that yellow will come off. I have a purple one in one of my videos, a purple agate, and has like some red jasper streaks in it. And the back was like this. It was all covered with this yellow, and it didn't even look purple on the back. And after I tumbled it, it was amazing. So I try to get as much of this off to make sure, because like in this section here, when you tumble it, this is not going to get hit with the grit as much as the rest of the rock. So, but anyway, still a pretty cool piece, I think. All right, well, that's it for this one. So I'll see y'all in the next one. So I know you guys wanted to see a cutting one, so that's some I've just cut today. Y'all take care. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.